This is problem 3.01 from Francois Tardieu's Backgammon Strategic Concepts book from chapter 3, Playing with or against a lone back checker. Here's the position. We're white. We rolled a 6-3. Our home board's in the bottom right. We've got this lone back checker on our 24 points that we have to bring all the way around. And green also has a lone back checker that they need to bring around. We'll look at the two top moves, try to figure out which one is best and why. I'll give you my quick observations on each of the moves. We'll look at some of Tardieu's key points, as well as Tardieu's expert analysis with feedback from XG. We'll look at Tardieu's summary, and I'll modify the position at the end of the video, which raises a few questions. Finally, I'll show you a video by Dan Rovira in which he discusses strategies and tactics for these types of games. Some points to remember when we're playing with or against a lone back checker. A lone back checker can escape twice as easily as two. It can run to freedom in a single roll. However, a single back checker cannot form an anchor, so it's vulnerable to being blitzed by the opponent. Here's the first possible move, bringing two down from the midpoint, 13-10, 13-7, like this. This brings two more checkers down to the battle. Now we'll have 12 checkers in the zone after the move. And all of our builders are aiming at the 2 points we want most next, the 4-point and the 5-point. This strips our midpoint and passes up a fairly decent chance to pretty much escape our lone back checker. It does leave a blot on the 10-point as well. Second move is to run from the 24 to the 15-point, like this. This runs when we will be up by 11 pips after the move. If we escape safely, we could soon be in a position to double and win. Getting hit isn't fatal. Green has made the rack the 4, 5, and 6 points here. But these innerboard points are stripped. They've only got two checkers on each of them. So if green's going to try to make another point, he's going to need more builders. He doesn't have enough builders to make another point yet. This leaves a vulnerable blot on the 15-point, and it passes up a chance to fortify our offense by bringing two down. Compare both of the moves. Think of which one looks best to you. Some priorities to keep in mind. When we have a lone checker back against several enemy checkers, like here, we should avoid leaving ourselves exposed on desirable points, such as the 22 or the 18-point. And if we're ahead in the race and we have the opportunity to run to safety, then we might want to race. Similarly, even if we can't run to complete safety on our midpoint, if we're ahead in the race, then we should consider at least moving our lone checker close to safety, somewhere out here in the outfield. When our opponent has a lone back checker, our priority is to stop them from escaping by slotting a key priming point like the 5 or the 4-point, creating diversions by hitting and slowing our opponent's development if possible, intelligently seeking contact in the outfield, and hindering the mobility of our opponent's checkers by making more points. Let's see what Tardieu and XG have to say about the two moves. The move where we bring two down from the midpoint fortifies our offense, like this. It does bring down material to make our key 4 and 5 points. However, we will leave a blot that can be hit with a 5-4 or 6-3 here. And these rolls are not duplicated on the other side of the board. Neither of them make green 7 or 9-point, so we're leaving green with numerous diversified effective rolls. For instance, while green can hit us with a 5-4 or 6-3, on our side of the board, When we look at their side of the board, we see that all doubles play well for green, in addition to 4-1, 4-2, 6-1, and 6-4, all which allow green to make the 7 or 9 point. Also, green is threatening to tighten the noose further by moving checkers down from the midpoint, so bring more builders down, giving him more control. This move allows green to take control of the game. That's why the best role, according to Tardieu and XG, is to make a run, try to make a run for it now. Take a chance. Green is threatening to take control, so now we must try to run out to the outfield and escape, even though we're not escaping completely. 16 rolls will miss us on the 15 point, and if they do miss us, we'll have a slight advantage. We're lagging behind in the construction of our prime, so we should take our chance now and run before it's too late and we get suffocated and held back here. So here, even though we can't completely escape, we can get close. If we don't get hit, this will help us to control the outfield and hopefully hinder the mobility of our opponent. Tardieu summary: when our opponent's inner board is stronger, it's a good sign to leave before our opponent can take full advantage of their stronger inner board. If I modify the position, weaken green's home board and strengthen ours, let's see what happens. So green's home board goes from this to this, and our home board went from this to this. When we do that, when we weaken green's board and strengthen ours, XG tells us that running from 24 to 15 is now a blunder, a very big mistake. I believe this tells us that we are no longer in immediate danger of being trapped, and we should focus on fortifying our offense by moving 13-7, 8-5, or 13-10, 13-7. We're no longer forced to race, take a chance. I think I'm interpreting this correctly, but I might be missing something. Let me know if you agree or not, or if you have a question or a comment. All feedback is welcome. Make sure to check out Dan Rovira's relevant and helpful video, The Lone Checker, from his excellent Backgammon is Beautiful YouTube channel, where Dan gives us his expert advice and discusses strategies and tactics for playing these type of games.